Re-dee-dee-dee. Re-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Good afternoon, Leagro. Welcome to week 14 and this week's edition of the update from the commissioner's office. We're going to jump right into it with our matchup of the week. This is going to go to Millie and Skinny Cracker. The closest scoring matchup, that is, it was 5-5 was your final. Not a ton of close categories, but both teams kind of played to their strengths to earn a victory in this one, so well done by them. Next, we're going to go to the Kevin Euclid Offensive Player of the Week. And the Offensive Player of the Week this time is going to go to Shohei Ohtani, a repeat performer from the video a couple of weeks ago. Witnessing history with what he's doing not only with the bat but with his arm as well. He had 6 home runs this week, 8 RBIs, a stolen base, an OPS of over 1,500. Really pretty awesome to see what he's doing. Excited to watch him in the All-Star game as well. Next, we're going to go to the Mike Fetters Pitching Player of the Week. And this is going to go to the pitching MVP of this week, and it's going to kind of be a dark horse. It's going to go to James Caprillion on Alonji U. Played against him, watched him throw against Long Beach State while I was on the roster there. Maybe he got to pitch against Sevs at Pepperdine too, but a talented arm then and still a talented arm now. Had a nice week with 16 Ks and ERA under 3, a whip under 1, and he only walked 1 batter. So nice job for Alonji U there. Herman Marquez also receiving votes. It was a pretty close race. Good week by Herman, but good job, James. You get the pitching MVP of the week. Next, we're going to go to the Zins ad of the week. Let's find the best alternative on the waiver wire. And this one is going to go to Joe Ross, picked up by Millie. Went 6 2/3, 11 Ks, no walks. A whip just over 1. Gave up a couple of runs, but for a waiver pickup, can't ask for anything better than that. Joe Ross has had an up and down career, highly touted prospect, and I think he's dealt with injuries and things like that, so good for him to have a nice performance, and he's been pitching really well lately. So good job by Millie to pick him up and reap those benefits. Next, we're going to go to the Jew of the week, and this is going to be the player who screwed their manager the most after picking him up off waivers. It's going to go to Luis Patino, picked up by yours truly. Yeah, fuck that guy. Next, we're going to go to the Ho of the Week, brought to you by Ecstasy Strip Club. And we do have a qualifier this week, and it's going to actually be Johnny Cueto. Kind of just been bent over by the league in general this year. So over the last month, he's been added and dropped 6 different times. Even for Trevor Bauer, that would be a little dicey. Too soon, you're right. There's still the allure for Cueto to regain his form from a couple of years ago. And I think that's why he keeps getting added, but it just hasn't really happened yet. Seb's also laid Caleb Smith down a few times this past week too. Poor Caleb. But this one, it's going to go to Johnny Cueto with an honorable mention for Caleb Smith as well. The Higaon Award brought to you by Hawk Harrelson. This is going to be the player that we're going to see out for an extended period of time, and I think it's no mystery who this week's going to be. It's going to be Trevor Bauer, formerly owned by me. I've since dropped him. It's going to be a while, folks. Report came out this morning that the Dodgers have pulled all of the Trevor Bauer merchandise from their team stores, and MLB has pulled all of his merchandise as well. So they're not expecting him back for a long time, and neither should we. Trevor Bauer, he gone. Next, we're going to go to Food for Thought, brought to you by La Victoria in San Jose. Talk about the All-Star game a little bit. I think it's the most well-done All-Star game in professional sports. NBA All-Star game is a joke. The NFL All-Star game, or Pro Bowl, is also kind of a joke. Of the big 3, I think baseball is the best one. And we get to see Shohei Ohtani potentially participate as a hitter and pitcher. So if you don't happen to be doing anything that day, sit back, grab a brew, and and watch that guy go to work, because it's pretty awesome. Other than that, league notes, the new City Connect jerseys kind of have the Giants looking like an extra large bottle of orange Gatorade. But other than that, we got the All-Star game coming up, trade deadline coming up, and we'll have more on that later. We're going to adjust the last part here. We're going to call it Teams on the Rise. Brought to you, or it's actually going to be, the Who's Up, brought to you by Cialis for obvious reasons. And this is going to be our teams who are on the rise. And right now it's going to be the Nick Fools. So he takes over first place this week after an 11-1 victory over Dave. Hasn't had a losing week since week 8. So watch out for him if you're playing him. And even that loss in week 8 was a 6-5 loss to Joe. Clough also lurking in the 6th hole in our standings after not losing the last 3 weeks. He's got one of the best offenses in our league, and not the guy you want to be playing in the 6th seed right now. I think he's dangerous down there. Can't really pitch, but his hitting can compete with everybody. Anyways, good luck, fellas.